Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your December 2022 Love and General reading. I'm Gemstone Tarot and this is for you if you are Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you're cross-watching for another Sagittarius. I'm using a different deck for you. I don't know why, just had a bit of a hunch. So I'm using what I call my Smells Like the 70s deck. And it does. Patchouli and brown velour sofa. Yes, an old ashtray. So, anywho, Sagittarius, this is for you. It's about love life, it's about career, it's about whatever comes up, okay? So I'm going to take a couple of cards for the energy of December. What you need to think about, what we've got to deal with, all of that good stuff. Ooh, okay. Your readings, I've been digging your readings actually for a while. If you can hear gurgling, by the way, I've got a hot water bottle here. It's quite cold in this room. Yeah, your readings, I've been kind of intrigued by them for a while. They've been quite spicy. We're in Sagittarius season. Happy birthday to you if you are a December Sagittarius. Aren't all Sagittarius? Yeah. I don't know. I'm really bad with my astrological dates. Happy birthday to you if you're a Sagittarius with a birthday soon. Either way, look here. You get the Lovers. Now, I told you this was a 70s deck. It's got that kind of joy of sex vibe about it, hasn't it? Like, hey, baby, I've got 73 positions. And she's like... Anywho, okay. So Mr. Joy of Sex and Mrs. Joy of Sex, Lovers. Gemini energy, the energy of an exchange, of something coming up that involves a choice. Most of the time, because it is so obviously the Lovers, I mean, particularly this version of it, don't mess around in the 70s, it's a choice that is something to do with love. And there is something to do with love and making a sacrifice. In the name of love, or because of love, or in the road to love, okay? Now, very interestingly, the card that you get that comes up with it is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a card where a man is ferrying this woman across the water. She takes the Six Swords with her, okay? It's a card of escape, essentially. It's like you got your choppy water, you got a bloke comes along in a boat and says, I can get you to the other side. And you think to yourself, yeah, I'll do it. Okay. It always denotes going from something difficult to something easier, something better, smoother waters. But I feel like there's a bit more to it with you. And it's giving me an itchy nose already. There's the intellectual side of the swords. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you could be dealing with an air sign because obviously the Lovers is Gemini as well. But more importantly, you're dealing with like a problem, or I don't know if I could even be so heavy as to call it a problem. I might call it a situation or a thing. Okay, you're dealing with a situation or a thing that is going to involve you making a decision about, we're going to do it this way, or I'm going to do it this way. And that means I can't do it that way. You know, it's like we're coming into our old territory of the Chariot here. You can't ride two horses with one arse. But you kind of want to. And you want to as a Sagittarian because you are mutable. You're a mutable sign who's ruled by Jupiter. I'll be honest with you, Saggy, and I think I say this a lot, but I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. You're the only sign that I have sign envy of. I think Sagittarius is like the best sign of the zodiac to be. Because being ruled by Jupiter, and my sign, Pisces, is ruled by Jupiter too. So we get that half. We get half of what you get, which is nice. And we're mutable too. But I just think Sagittarians are born adventurers. And even if that means you don't actually travel long term, although many Sagittarians do travel, you are adventurous in your attitude and in the way you take things and in the way you move around in life. And it's attractive. It's nice, it's good energy, it's Jupiter, and it also brings you luck. And the only time, Sagittarius, and we've talked about this in the last 6 months, the only time that your luck isn't as buoyant as it should be, isn't as sparkly as it should be, is when you allow other people to try and get you into their regimes. Like most Sagittarians I know, they'll do a 9-to-5 job if they have to. But somewhere along the line, they're going to bump up against the fact that they're a bit more random than that. Or you don't really want to be told what to do all the time, because you will have your own special way of doing things that probably works really well. And if somebody is a bit more kind of by the book, they're not going to see it that way. Okay? So for some of you, this may be a situation in a work environment where you've had to toe the line, or somebody has wanted you to do it a certain way, or there's a certain atmosphere going on, or something like that. And for others of you, it may be a romantic situation, love situation, your love life. And there's something you've been thinking about. We've got the swords, the 6 of swords, and those 6 swords are all kind of not necessarily good or bad. They're just thoughts and things to communicate. And I feel like there have been thoughts and things to communicate, which by the time it reaches Major Arcana of the Lovers, there's something to say or do at that point that involves taking one path and rejecting another. Okay? Saggy. Okay. Let's take a few more cards. If this really resonates and turns out to be your story, Sagittarius, there will be an extended reading, as there is every month, and it's the first link in the description box below the video, where you have to click read more, or I don't know, YouTube changes it all the time, so it's under the description box. Well, it's in the description box. You'll find it. Okay, let's have a looky-see on the other camera as well, because we can look at the cards if I do it right, and we're not ending up looking at my floor or a pair of knickers or some wires or something like that. Yes. Okay. And let me just switch that up on the computer. Might be a bit dark because it's sky's doing that thing where it's kind of sunny and then it turns into the Mountain of Mordor or whatever it is off Lord of the Rings, you know, where it just looks really dark. Okay. Oh, hello. Saggy. Told you your readings were fruity and spicy. Joy of sex turns into the Ace of Cups. I do think that may be the nicest Ace of Cups of all the tarot decks as well. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just, oh, the dove from above in a cup of love. Oof. Hello. Just when we were getting all cocky about it, 9 of Swords comes out. Wait for me. Okay. Furry muff. Oh, gosh. Alrighty. Some of you definitely dealing with an air sign, because we've got the 6 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. I mean, we want to be glad we didn't have the 7, although we're not going to count it out. So some of you dealing with an air sign, some of you just dealing with a situation where you're a bit trapped. I mean, it is, isn't it? If you look at it, it's kind of showing you itself. This person is bound and they can't see anything and they think there's no way out of these swords. But actually the swords don't go all the way around the front, but she doesn't know because she can't see it. And then here, again, your hands are tied. And above you there are 9 swords. The swords of Damocles, that feeling that this could happen, this could fall at any time, you know, waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is not Sagittarius energy. It isn't. It's not your energy. Your energy is that happy-go-lucky, you know, if it happens, it happens, probably happened for a reason. I can't even remember it because it was a week ago. I'm on to something new, you know. Sagittarius energy is kind of the Fool. I know that Temperance is the Sagittarius card, but the Fool is a bit more like it. You know, tripping along and the dog's going, hey, you coming to the edge of the cliff? And you're like, yeah, I'm going to fly. You know, it's more that kind of energy. This is not yours, which begs the question for me, whose is it then? And I'm going to ask that question in a minute. So we've got this rather juicy Lovers. We've got this rather juicy Ace of Cups. For some of you, this is new love, someone coming in. For others of you, this is like massive, you know, ticket to ride on the love train. Sorry, I'm just still in the joy of sex thing of this whole 70s porn card. With that Ace of Cups, it's that feeling of joy, self-love, but love coming from elsewhere as well. So you're filling up your own cup of love, but they absolutely love you too. It's nice. I mean, it's, yeah, okay. Who is these swordy cards? What's this about? Who's the swordy person? Okay. Just going to rearrange them a bit so you can actually see them. God, these sequins can sometimes be very stubborn, Sag. I do like a mermaid cloth. Right. Okay, that's a bit better, and then we'll focus in a minute. Oh, for God. It's definitely not your energy. Cards don't even want to sit on the table. They're like, I don't want to be here. Christ's sakes. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 2 of Wands. I'm off ski. Okay. For some of you, this is a work thing. It's a work thing in terms of collaboration. So it could be your work group. It could be somebody you collaborate with. 3 of Pentacles is a collaboration card. The 2 of Wands is a card of horizons, travel, broadening. You've come to a point in a situation where you're a bit stuck. And the 2 of Wands, see, they've got the globe in their hand, and the 2 Wands, it's about making a decision. But making that decision sort of global. But it's global in your own head, if that makes sense. So in other words, what is your universe of choice? What is your self-limited area? You know, everybody has their own perimeter, don't they? Now, normally as a Sagittarius, Jupiter is very expansive. We always do this for Sagittarius. Jupiter is very expansive, and it pushes you along like the Fool and just goes, yeah, try this, you know, scratch that itch, do this. But it feels like there's a system or a regime that makes you less than, or wants to kind of rein you in a little bit. And it could be in a love relationship too. That there is an aspect of something or somebody. For some of you, there could be trouble here with the 3 of Swords, with a third person. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean cheating and third parties, but it can just mean there is a third person putting their oar in, making restrictions, okay, making things difficult, making things so that you can't see your way forward as well as you normally would. You can't feel your way. You can't use your intuition. The 2 of Wands is telling you there is a bigger solution to this. And that solution is always expanding, having a bird's eye view. Oh, you get the other pawn-tash man. This could be that man, you know, after he's like shaved. Did he shave? He shaved the beard off. And, you know, he's like, I can't just be hanging around in the bushes, monkeying on about the joy of sex all the time. I'm going to go and get myself a job. I'm going to make pentacles every day. Sun in Virgo. Okay, Sun in Virgo, this card. Sun in Virgo is Mr. I'm going to turn up every day. And I'm going to knock out the same pentacles. They're all going to be the same. And they're all going to go on the wall. And tickety-boo. Okay, this is not your energy. This could be a Virgo that you're dealing with, Sun in Virgo, obviously, which is very unlike your energy. But also for some of you, this is your working life. Eight of Pentacles is so un-Sagittarian, it's so un-Piscean as well. It's like both Pisces, Gemini and Sagittarius, who are all the mutable signs. You tell them that every day is going to be the same. And they don't come to work. It's like, well, if every day is going to be the same, they might as well have all happened then. Do you see what I mean? You thrive on change, or just the possibility of it is enough. You know, it doesn't even have to change minute to minute, but just the idea that it can fuel you. So some of you may be finding that you're in a relationship situation where you need the juice and you need the change. And others, your job. You're doing a job you don't really want to be doing. Now, you know, a lot of people are doing a job they don't really want to be doing, because most jobs we don't really want to be doing. But as a Sagittarius, doing a job you don't want to be doing is a harder ask. I don't care what anyone says, it is. Some of you are in a long-term relationship and you need to work on some of the parameters of the relationship. Because with the Two of Wands, there's a need to move forward. There's a need to keep it fresh. There's a need to keep you fresh and keep you interested, okay, as well. Now, we like that the Wheel of Fortune is coming in because it's a part of this card is Jupiter. Because it's about fortune and it's about luck, okay? Major Arcana. This is a bit of a twist of fate. Now, Mercury's going retrograde, I believe, at the end of December. Honestly, it only seems like 5 minutes since it last went retrograde. But it is 29th, I think. Let me just check in my moon diary. Yep, 29th. Oh God, while the moon's in Pisces, as if that wasn't enough. Holy moly. Right, okay. Mercury retrograde might be a twist of fate for you. Wheel of Fortune does turn things up, turn things around, turn things over. You're going to break some restrictions in December. And you're either going to break them the nice and easy way, or you're going to break them the hard way, but you're going to break them. And it might not be too polite. Your star is rising, Sagittarius, and no one's going to get in the way of it. Oof, you sneaky sword. Look at all these. Okay, air sign people in your life. Be wary of them. I'm going to sound like Yoda. If I start sounding like Yoda, it's important. Air sign people be wary of. Because we've got 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. You don't normally get that many swords in a reading. Okay, Venus in Aquarius, the 5 of Swords. Emotional unavailability. It might be yours, it might be theirs. But also, and if you're dealing with a work situation too, the 5 of Swords is people manoeuvring. It's like a chess game. I'll do this and you do that and then this will happen. There's not a lot of openness about it, okay? And then the Two of Swords. Ugh, Two of Swords. That's your Mercury retrograde. Okay, as we move into 2023, you got big love here. Those of you that are single, this is big sexy love. Okay, so enjoy holiday season, get your dancing pants on, dancing shoes, deodorant down the pants, whichever way you want to play it. For others of you that are in a relationship, there needs to be a re-chalking up of the parameters. Again, there's a lot of love in the room or a lot of love in the bush, whichever way you want to play it. But also, there may be some outside interference, which you probably already know about, because the Three of Swords, when you get that, it's quite old. Like the swords are quite old and rusty. It's like they've been stuck in that heart for a while. Wheel of Fortune will bring some outside turn, twist or event that will jog things up, jog it along, break up this swords energy. At work, it's either someone directly is trying to keep you, you know, under control, as it were, or the system is, the way it works. You know, maybe there's a new surveillance or monitoring or quality control or 360 evaluation hideousness or any of whatever that is, you know. Either way, like I said, you're breaking out of some traps here. You are getting out of Dodge. You're off the island. It's like, I am gone. I'm gone, even if I'm gone in a rickety old boat at midnight. I'm gone. And I like that. It's a very positive change for you. Be wary of air sign people in your life, because I just think relations with them are going to be difficult. They might have been at the best of times. They don't exactly follow your way of thinking anyway. But just in particular, it feels like they might be a bit difficult. There's two blindfolds in this reading as well. But I get the strange feeling someone else is putting the blindfold on you so you can't see something. I don't think it's all yours. But at the same time, don't expect this to be particularly quick, or I wouldn't think you would greet 2023 with this sorted, because we move into Mercury retrograde. But strangely, so it's 3.5 weeks of Mercury retrograde. So it's going to be going direct sometime around the 20th of January or something like that. Maybe a bit earlier than that. But we have the shadow period afterwards. I think as we move into Aquarius season, which is around the 20th of January, and there'll be a new moon around that time as well, probably, that you blast out of this situation and it's going to be a big power up, and it's about time, and there'll be a lot of relief, okay? For those of you who are already involved with somebody in a romantic situation, tread carefully, because the swords represent communication and there's a lot of traps and there's a lot of dead ends in it. And normally Saggies are very hard on the sleeve, just going to say it. But I would be more political about it. This has come up for nearly every star sign this month. It's like, speak when you need to, but keep your own counsel too. Especially around work people. Knowledge is power, and they can use that against you with the swords. Swords can be words as well. And that someone is trying to kind of word you into a trap, okay? It's very interesting. In the extended reading, we're going to do your love reading, and we're going to look at the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, and what on earth is getting in the way of that? Because all these swords are kind of barriers and words and you know, blindfolds and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to have a big dig around that. I'm going to ask how they feel about you, what's going on, what do we need to know, and what are these obstacles. Okay, so me and the Sloth are going to do that right now. It will be in the description box. Thank you for joining me, Saggy. Leave me a comment and let me know how it resonates, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.